So in the past decade, there has been an unprecedented amount of interest in probiotics. And while I am all in promoting gut health, I do have my questions about popping these bacteria pills. Welcome back to Inc. Nutrition. My name is Jack, Registered Dietitian, and I'm here to help translate the science of nutrition to help you live a happier and healthier life. Please like, comment, and subscribe for educational, entertaining videos in the world of nutrition every week. So we are starting to see probiotics literally everywhere, not just the supplement aisles, but now companies are starting to fortify products like chocolate, tea, juices, sauces, protein powder, granola bars, even ice cream with probiotics to make them a superfood. I'm about to make a weird analogy here, but stay with me. Let's talk music for a second, right? There are millions of songs out there, and it's really hard to stand out. But if you're lucky enough to feature a guest artist who's already famous, right? Like Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber or Drake or Rihanna, that decent song becomes an instant hit. So let's talk about whether I think adding probiotics makes a food or a supplement an instant hit or not. So for those of you who don't know, probiotics are live organisms, right? Like bacteria or yeast that when consumed may have health benefits. And when you have an imbalance of good and bad microorganisms in the body, that can lead to what's called dysbiosis, which is associated with all kinds of poor health outcomes and conditions. So therefore, right, the thought is that if you take probiotics in the form of a supplement, you will restore your gut and become healthier. So the logic, yeah, it's there. But the supplements themselves, I have my questions, I have my concerns. So here are my 6 current problems with probiotic supplements. Problem number 1 is the quality of the supplements. So dietary supplements are not regulated by the FDA. And just a quick fact for you, a couple years ago, the FDA evaluated over 650 facilities that make dietary supplements and found that over 50% of them had violations when it comes to purity, potency, and even the identity of the claimed product or ingredient. So that's an issue. But adding on to that, when it comes to probiotics, there's an extra element here that makes things a little bit more tricky because you're dealing with live microorganisms. So, maybe even at the time of production, right, there was a good amount of live bacteria in that supplement. Who's to say that by the time you consume it, you're still getting the benefits of those live active cultures? Problem number 2 is the probiotic formula. There's not just one probiotic strain that just immediately helps you with all gut-related things. So just to let you know and zoom out a bit, the human body has approximately 40 trillion microorganisms, and we only have 30 trillion cells, right? So some people would say, yeah, we're more bacteria than human, which is kind of crazy. And then there are 500 to 1,000 actual species of bacteria just in the gut, okay? Now, when you look at probiotic supplements, a lot of the times they're just using 1 to 5 of those species. And like I said, we have 500 to 1,000. And yeah, maybe some of those species have been studied to show specific benefits with specific conditions, but we just are scratching the surface with the potential here. Problem number 3, digestion and absorption. So I talked a little bit about this a second ago, but when you take in a probiotic supplement, it has to go through a very acidic environment in the stomach, and a lot of times those are destroyed. But if it's a well-made supplement, it might make it all the way down to the small intestine where it can actually be absorbed and elicit some of those benefits. But to guarantee that all probiotic supplements can make it that far and have those benefits, that's a stretch. Concern number 4 that I have is the possibility of side effects. So for the most part, probiotic supplements appear to be very safe, right? And non-toxic. But if you have a compromised immune system, there could be an increased risk for infection. And then also, ironically, if you have if you take in too many probiotics exogenously, right, from a supplement, it actually may cause more GI symptoms, more gas and bloating. So doing exactly what you don't want, what you're trying to fix. But keep in mind, I've only seen that at super high doses. So, as with many things, more is not always better. It's just more. You know, more choices, more confusion. More money, more problems. More shampoo, more dry hair. Problem number 5 is that we are all unique. Honestly, one of the biggest things that irks me as a dietitian is when I hear these black and white answers to nutrition. Very few things are certain, and everybody responds differently to different things. And that is also true with probiotics. No doubt, the research is promising for certain conditions, especially inflammatory bowel disease like Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, antibiotic-associated diarrhea, and several other conditions. But when it comes to the general population, right, healthy people, it is simply unclear if there are any consistent, reliable benefits to taking probiotic supplements. Some people may benefit, some people may not. Which leads me into problem number 6, and that is the research. It's inconsistent, right? Some of it is good and promising, and some of it's not. When it comes to the doses and the formulations and the duration of taking the supplement, right? You also have to consider all of the confounding variables, as with all research, especially when it comes to nutrition. But are these studies, even the ones that are looking at healthy subjects, perfectly controlling food intake and genetics? I don't think so. I think it's just too early to call. And personally, as a healthcare professional, I do not feel comfortable recommending probiotics across the board. Yeah, maybe for certain conditions, we can look at it. All right, so what can you do? I've talked enough about the concerns. Let's talk about the good. Okay, I really think everyone, regardless of your health status, can benefit from improving their gut health. The question is, is probiotic supplementation the best way to do so? Probably not. All right, so here are 3 ways that you can improve your gut health through nutrition. Number 1 is food diversity, right? Try not to avoid any food groups unless you have an allergy or intolerance, but in general, focusing on variety of fresh foods may be the best way to improve gut health. Number 2 is fiber. Eat more plants. So fiber acts as a prebiotic. It's the food for the good stuff in your gut. Aim for 30 grams a day. Number 3, fermented foods. Yes, you can get probiotics from food, which is probably better than from a pill. So foods like kefir, kimchi, kombucha, miso, natto, pickled vegetables, sauerkraut, high quality sourdough, and yogurt are going to be your best choices. Now, 3 things that you should limit, okay? Number 1, yeah, you guessed it, sugar. You can still enjoy your desserts, no doubt about it, but excessive added sugar is food for the bad bacteria. So fiber helps the good guys grow, and sugar helps the bad guys grow. Number 2 is highly processed food. Try to limit the amount of packaged, bottled, and jarred foods that, have 100 ingredients. And the last is overeating in general, right? I know this is easier said than done, but too many calories, not good for the microbiome. A Japanese proverb that I really like that I want to share with you today is hara hachi bu, which translates to eat till you're 80% full. So the Okinawans believe that an 80% full stomach sustains you, while the other 20% sustains your doctor. All right, so in summary, right, the hype, the publicity around probiotic supplements doesn't really match the evidence, okay? And don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of where we are going in nutrition research, and we're talking a lot about the microbiome. I just don't think at this time there's enough there to recommend the probiotics to everyone. I really think you're much better off just eating a variety of whole, fresh, minimally processed foods, just more plants in general, right? Get that good fiber, and you're gonna be doing your beneficial happy bacteria a good thing. So me, on a personal level, I don't take probiotic supplements. I may take them in the future when I see a little bit more in the literature. But having said that, if you do have a gastrointestinal disorder or chronic GI symptoms, they may be right for you if they're strain specific and you're taking a therapeutic dose that was prescribed to you by the physician. So talk to your doctor if you're interested and you have something, some gut issues, okay? That's all I got for you today. I know there was a lot, but I hope you learned some stuff. Thank you, as always, for watching. If you want me to talk about anything else in the world of nutrition, drop it in the comments below. Please like, please subscribe. I will see all you beautiful humans next week. Thanks so much. Bye. Health status. There's no doubt that taking... Hey, welcome back, foodies, to... Hey, welcome back to Ink Nutrition. Earlier, but when you intake